Let's go straight to Jeremy Moody, Secretary and Advisor to the CAAV. He's going to talk about tractors and taxes and Labour and the BBC. What's going on, Jeremy? Very good morning to you. I understand there's another tractor dispute going on today. Lots of tractor drivers heading over to West Wales. Holyhead.
I haven't caught up with that, but what we have come out with is an analysis that shows that the government has seriously underestimated the scale of the impact on farming families of the tax changes in the budget.
Right. That
they worked from incomplete data to produce a serious underestimate of what the effect of their actual policies would be.
Yes.
I can now see your pictures, and they're looking very convincing.
They really are. And it's not going to go away, this, is it? Because an inheritance tax bombshell, if you like, is going to have long-lasting effects on farming in this country. So they sort of have to protest like this, and otherwise their livelihoods are going to disappear.
Yes, it's a very serious financial challenge to family businesses. The cost of paying the tax out of earnings from farming is simply impossible. It squeezes out investment. It hits the ability to live. It hits the ability to have the working capital to farm.
Yeah.
This is a very serious challenge.
Indeed. And it looks as though BBC Verify, who at first verified that the Labour government figures were right, actually got that wrong. And they've sort of more or less kind of fudged it now. And Dan Needle, who was the tax consultant, who's a Labour-friendly tax consultant, who originally said that the government figures were right, he's also changed his mind and said, actually, no, it's the farmers' figures that are right.
Yeah, we're watching people learning more about what they really should have known about at the beginning.
Yeah.
BBC Verify simply worked from the data that the government had provided. The Treasury asked HMRC for figures on particular criteria. HMRC gave what are doubtless the right answers for those criteria, but they're incomplete for the picture that's actually really on the ground.
Right. So really on the ground, you're talking about an awful lot of people being affected by this, right?
We're talking about, instead of the government's figure of 5,000 in just 26-27, we're talking about 75,000 over a generation, say 30 years for a family, as assets come down from father to the next generation and the next generation. Right.
And I mean, up to now, the government have proved to be pretty sort of unwilling to move a position on anything. You know, they were asked to change their position on the winter fuel allowance for pensioners. They didn't. They were asked to change their view on the energy price cap. They didn't. Do you have any hope at all that they might change this?
Well, we have to keep making the point. There are discussions going on. Whether the government wishes to change its mind or finds a more effective way for its policies remains to be seen, but policies should be based on proper and accurate information so government is aware of what it's doing.
Right. And I mean, given that the government have got the figures so wrong, surely they would understand that there must be something that they can do now to change it. Because also, the amount of money they're going to get from this is pretty minuscule when you think about it.
Well, it's also been very interesting, and there was a debate in the Commons where the government was asked, why, if this is such an effective tax, are you explaining how people need not pay it?
Right.
It is all quite curious.
It is, and if they say it's only going to affect 500 people, then, or 500 farms, then why are they doing it?
I think you'd have to ask them that. The argument, the replies that they give, and Steve Reid in the House of Lords yesterday, are not ones that make sense on the ground.
No.
It still leaves a tax advantage for those people they would see as investors. It penalises the people with small and medium farms. It doesn't tackle the targets they say they want to tackle, and it does hurt the people that they say they want to help.
Right. Apart from that, it's a great idea. Jeremy, good to talk to you. Thank you very much indeed. Secretary and Advisor to the Central Association of Agricultural Evaluators there, saying the government have got it massively wrong on the farm tax. Holyhead is the place to be if you want to join the tractor dispute today. They're going there as they went to Dover yesterday, just to tell the government, you know, we're not in danger of disappearing. You will make us disappear if you bring this farm tax in. Absolutely ridiculous.